Hello and welcome back. So after uploading the last video, I spent some more time in this game and I made quite a few changes to the base. So I just wanted to make a new video and show you around, see what's new. I also created a few more scripts, IC10 scripts. I've uploaded them to Steam Workshop and I will be briefly explaining what they do during this video. Um, so as you can see here, I've set up trading. There are actually two launch pads or landing pads here. That one I got a seed trader, the like high tier seed trader. And that was actually because I needed a new fertilized egg. And I will be showing you the chicken as well. So here we have two medium radars. I didn't build the large radar because that required quite a bit of advanced alloy, and I didn't quite bother to do it. But two medium radar was enough to get the high tier traders. And right now everything's powered off in this section. Um, but I got trading. I made quite a bit of money, I think. How much? Got more than 6,000. So yeah, I was selling some food and stuff, and got some money and yeah, got an egg. So next part, I have an underground basement below this whole gas slash ore processing facility. So let's go down. I got a big this nitrogen tank and carbon dioxide tank. The purple, I decided to color the pollutant purple. So this is a large pollutant tank. And I did have a use for pollutant. This is a kind of a degassing slash pre-mixing furnace. So basically it doesn't use fuel. Instead, there's just a like an insulated pipe that has some pollutant in it that's heated to that's the temperature in Celsius, so 350 degrees Celsius. And if I need to degas, like pre-process some of the ore, I can come here, and I can also just mix the ratio in this furnace so that I don't need to like I can just take the reagent out and use the other furnace that I showed you last week to do the actual smelting. So this is a new thing here, and on this side I have, oh, geez. I have a, what is it called, advanced composter. And it is basically just, I think it's still running, right? Yeah, it is still running. So basically I can put decayed food in it or other stuff in it, and it will spit out fertilizer. So this is remotely operated. Again, similar to the arc furnace, this is sealed in a 1 by 1 by 1 cube, and it's operated remotely, so I can turn it off using that button and turn it on using that, again, using this button, and this is the script. And this is displaying how much material is left in it. So if I turn it off, it should turn blue. Yeah. Uh, and all of these decayed food I got from the grocery trader. So there's quite a bit. And yeah, it's just taking some time to process all of those. So that number is going up because I just threw in some decayed food. Yeah, like that. Ooh. new fertilizer. There's a stacker, so saw coming out by 10. So this is pretty much the whole underground part of this raw material processing, if you will. I did have to move the ores, the ore storage, because it was just kind of awkward to not be able to go through there. And let me put some water in. Um, I did so last time when I showed you this part, I had a problem with essentially when the heaters were turning on, uh, I was getting like the small wire couldn't handle it. I was getting over 5K, so I pretty much just rewired the whole thing. Oh, this is actually not very helpful, but as you can see, um, it's now separate by each fluid. So this means it should not go over the limit. And before I forget, actually, so last time I had a problem. I thought that this script of film mixing wasn't working correctly, but it was actually working correctly. It was just I didn't read the numbers correctly because I was kind of confused by the number of moles. So as you can see here, it is 33.3% oxygen. Uh, but below it says 31.7 mole. So I was kind of confused by that. I thought the numbers were not right, but actually this script was running correctly. So that was that. And then this manufacturing section, now not much changes. The habitat had quite a few upgrades. So first, I had to do a bunch of rewiring because the appliances inside the habitat was getting beyond 5 kilowatts and was getting like short circuited. So now I'm like supplying a heavy wire from the outside. So like this heater is directly supplied from by the heavy wire, and the data control is using like is connected from the inside. This is actually quite good. The heaters have two connections, so it allows me to do something like this. And also, well, we'll go in and see. Um, so airlock, take off the suits. So this is the habitat, or sorry, the hydroponics got expanded quite a lot, and I got all the seeds I could get from the seeds trader, and I duplicated all of them. Also, through trading, I discovered this wonderful thing called a cardboard box. So now those seeds, the actual seeds, are stored in those cardboard boxes. Um, and I'm growing these two because I'm feeding chicken, which I will show in a moment. The bug I encountered was basically the water couldn't be heated, as you see here. Um, yeah, if I turn on two of them, it does not get heated. So yeah, that was kind of annoying. I spent a whole bunch of time figuring uh, out what it was, and the devs kind of confirmed that it is indeed a bug, but they're still not sure what exactly the problem was. I actually made two videos during that process, and I didn't publish them on my channel. I make them like unlisted, so uh, I'll put a link in the description for anyone who's interested in seeing me just troubleshooting and experimenting exactly what the bug is. Um, but in summary, basically, this is a very large pipe network with quite a lot of convection going on. And also there's like both liquid water and gas water or vapor, if you will, inside the pipe. So that seemed to like both of these things combined seem to cause some math problems. Like there's something wrong with the math of the game. So um, that's my understanding of what it is. Um, and uh, I have now an underground area. Here I planted the mushrooms because mushrooms couldn't grow under sunlight. And I had a cooking station. Instead of using the microwave and basic packaging machine, I now have, if I turn it on, I now have automated oven and an advanced packaging machine. It has a bunch of empty cans and all in it. So now I can mass produce any canned food if I want. And actually, I forgot to show. Let's go upstairs. There is, yeah, there's a lot of canned foods. Because during the process of duplicating those seeds, I got a lot of foods and decided to just can all of them. But there's still a little bit of leftover that's not enough to make food, and that soybean and wheat is I'm just keeping them around to feed the chicken. Um, so yeah, a bit of upgrade here and also rearranged all of these shelves, if you will, and the habitat got bigger. Um, and I also created a new script. It's on Steam Workshop, as I mentioned. So basically, there are three switches that are linked, and there's one downstairs, so I can turn off the light in various places if I want to. So that is a kind of a handy, simple script. And now the exciting part, which is the chicken. I wrote a new airlock script. I don't know if I should call it an airlock because this doesn't pull a vacuum. Instead, because chicken or to hatch chicken eggs, it needs to have a higher temperature compared to the habitat. Basically, what this does is it raises the temperature. So there is actually, let's see if we can see it here. There is actually a wall cooler in the habitat connected to this passive vent. So when I go in, I use that wall cooler to essentially transfer heat from the habitat inside this airlock and raise the temperature until it reaches 35 degrees, and then this door opens to so I can go in. And if I want to go out, this wall cooler will cool down this room with using the air from the chicken coop, if you will, so that I can go out. So that's a bit of a script. And inside here, we can see we got a chicken. This is a food drop in thing. The input is going from there, and I use the stacker to split everything into one and drop everything on the ground because I kind of wanted to be able to visually see how much food there is left inside the chicken coop. So Yeah, like I want to be able to see from the outside to know if I should put in more food. So that's why I decided to just split everything into one. Um, as you can see here, we got two eggs. And the chicken has not laid new eggs recently, so I'm not sure what's going on. I did have another script, so I'll kind of turn on off here. So under the hood, there are actually two temperature control scripts. If I move the floor here, there are two temperature control scripts that are set to different temperatures. So turning that means like when this is on, the room would have a slightly higher temperature that would allow eggs to hatch. And if I turn it off, it will cool down a little bit, like just below the hatching temperature, so that any new eggs wouldn't hatch, so I can like collect the eggs instead of having a like a multiplication of chickens. But yeah, again, I'm not sure what's going on because those two eggs, I got them when the temperature was high, so I don't know if actually the chicken needs a higher temperature to lay eggs or not. Um, but yeah, this is a another script I wrote. Um, and this is so far everything in here. Um, and also there's a little bit of pressure limitation because if my physics is correct, this chicken coop room will have a higher temperature, so a higher pressure than the habitat because they are like exchanging air through this airlock every time I go in and out. So I essentially added a upper limit and lower limit with the pressure regulator and back pressure regulator. So just to make sure it doesn't go weird in this room. So that's kind of everything in this room. Chicken, please do your job. I want more eggs. Thank you. And yeah, that beep sound is, I think it might be a bug with the game. Every time when I load the game and the first time I turn on the wall wall cooler, it would have that beep sound. So I think that might be a weird bug of some sort. And let me just grab my suits because I actually want to go out that way. I created a second airlock just so that I have easier access to this side of things. And we are back at the trader. Now I actually have another thing I'm not sure about. I'm not sure what I want to do exactly because I have this high tier seed trader. I bought that egg from this trader. There are also a few advanced plants. I looked them up. They're kind of just weird stuff, and I'm not sure what I want to do with them. It definitely would be a challenge to set up a greenhouse where they can be safely, uh, let's say, grown, and it wouldn't cause trouble because I think some of these deal with like other gases like volatiles and I think pollutants in some of them. This one, yeah, this one has pollutant. So yeah, I haven't bought any of those. I'm not sure if I actually want to, but um, I can just keep this trader here in case I want to change my mind. Um, so yeah, that's everything with the updates. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you want me to try something else. I am kind of running out of ideas again, but I'm sure I'll come up with something after I post this video. So yeah, thank you for watching and see you next time.